So you remember the other day I was telling you about this video platform I was looking at? They had this ICO that was just coming out, and it was like a peer-to-peer thing. I'm not 100% sold on it yet. And one of the biggest things for me is when it comes to peer-to-peer stuff, like back in the day, LimeWire and all that stuff, and Napster, everybody's computer was used, the hard drive space was used to some extent to store files, right? And it was just a gigantic mesh network kind of a thing. But we're talking about sound files, you know what I mean? Music. Not video files. Video files are significant, whereas an MP3 music file might be 3 to 5 megabytes. A movie could be hundreds, or videos I should say, could be hundreds of megabytes, if not larger, even gigabytes. And I'm thinking, we're all supposed to share that, you know? So I'm not 100% on that one. So I was kind of debating, do I even talk about it right now? And I'm not sold yet. So I'm not. But the other one, and it's not the same kind of a system, by the way. That one I'm first talking about is kind of like YouTube in a sense, video uploading platform. That's it. This one, literally, this could make Hollywood and the entire movie process and the monopoly and everything that goes with it irrelevant. There's this platform called LiveTree, which already exists. It's a crowdfunding platform. It's already in existence. It's already working. They decided to go to another level and create this thing called LiveTree Adept, which this contains this thing called a seed, S-E-E-D, seed token. And it's, again, I absolutely love coming out here to tell you about an ICO that's replacing the middleman. Those are my favorite ICOs to do. Get rid of the middleman, get rid of the potential problems over here where it can only go through this guy, and without this guy, this middleman, you can't get anything done. Right? So they actually have a video on YouTube. Brand, you know, they're new to getting ready to put out this ICO, so of course they don't have any followers on YouTube, but they went ahead and obviously put up some videos and things to explain what it is and what it does. I'm going to share that video with you in just a minute. Now, reason I started looking into this, I was watching a video the other day, several days ago, from Mike B. You know him, crypto guy too, on YouTube. And he was explaining this thing. I thought this was pretty interesting. Let me look into this. He does kind of an in-depth, a little more in-depth analysis. Sometimes I wonder myself, which you don't really see me doing an in-depth analysis, because I'm already doing that before I bring it to you. Like, I look at stuff and say, okay, this is worthy. I want to talk about this. And I find the main thing, right? Time is money. I want to sit here and talk to you for, 45 minutes on massive, ins and outs of some of these things. I'm just trying to look at how many tokens are created, what's the value potential, right? Is there potential for making money on the token? That's the most important thing. If there's not, we're not, honestly, you and I aren't here for charity work, right? We would like to make some money. So what makes this token valuable, right? Or that token, or whatever token. In this case, the Adept, LiveTree Adept seed token. I'm going to share the video with you, and then I'm going to read you section 6.2 of their paper, okay? This is their white paper, I should say, not just their paper, their white paper. And I've gone through this thing about 3 times now, just kind of going over everything. And I'm thinking, with the whole crap happening in Hollywood and exposing this person, that, like, who needs this crap? And I'm thinking of something. I know this sounds crazy. Old time traveler John Titor. One of the things, it's fascinated me the entire time he talked about it. I've been reading his crap, from which it's never changed because he's gone now, allegedly, whatever. And he talked about the movie industry, entertainment industry, and he mentioned it being online mostly, and that instead of like movie stuff, it was like people do stuff themselves. They create their own stuff. Remember that? And when he was talking about it, create their own kind of stuff. Oh, really? This is, by the way, this is before YouTube ever came to be. There was no such thing as YouTube. There was no such thing as Google Video, which is now gone because they took over YouTube and just went with YouTube. But he's saying this back in the year, really 1999, he first made some comments, but then 2000, allegedly he left in 2001 to go wherever the hell he went. And he's telling us about the future, allegedly. And this is some, again, I've got a 3 or 4 part series. If you want to hear the whole thing, it's very fascinating. JSnip on YouTube, JSnip4. Just search for that, JSnip4, John Titor. You should see one like part 1, part 2, part 3. It might even be 4 parts, maybe part 4, I think. I think they have over 100,000 views now, which is, you know, high for old Snippy. But anyways, I think about this and I'm like, oh my God, this might be it. This particular blockchain technology here, this particular ICO, using blockchain technology, I should say, almost sounds precisely like what he was talking about. And I'm thinking, oh, it was just the YouTube type of platform. No. It's going a step further. So let me play this video for you first. And then I'm going to read this one part of the white paper. And that's it. You can decide on yourself. I'm jumping into this one head first. And here, I'm going to say before I play this, I was just talking to a guy on the way home from work today. And then I talked to another guy, one of my old partners that I partnered up with a long time ago. 2 or 3 years ago now, with some Bitcoin stuff. We were chatting for a minute. And I'm thinking, you know I just did this video about this whole damn bit petite, whatever. You know, there's a few of these things out there. You know, this tumble your money and this and that, whatever the hell they're doing with it. And he's like, man, that's like the craze right now. And especially with ones that come out that offer their coin, they're going like, they hit the ICO stage. And, you know, once you get in them and they go up, man, they're like, but of course they're extremely risky. And you can make, some of them, you make real good money on the tokens, the ICOs. He's like, but he said to me, he's like, you know, I'm not disbanning or banning ICOs. He's like, and I said, I was just thinking the same thing. I said, I'm now looking at those, like the ones I'm sitting on, as what we originally looked at these things as. Oh, this is like a share of a company, and let's let the company get on its feet and do its thing before we would expect some nice returns, obviously. But in the beginning, these things were coming out and flipping 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times, you know, and then everybody got spoiled and thought every single ICO was going to do that. There's very good value in a lot of these things. So I now have a mindset 2 different ways here. ICO, I don't care if it double, flips right off the bat. Does it look like it has value? Yes. Okay, I want in on it. And if it takes a month, 5 months, 10 months, a year, 2 years, I don't care, as long as I know that when they get some of these roadmaps, past the roadmaps, some of the roadmaps they have, there's profit. Okay, good. We're there, right? I don't mind. And then I can have the other mindset is, which one of these things, which of course becomes the high risk stuff, can I get into and flip something? And I just took a massive gamble, as you know, in my other 2 videos. If you want to hear what I was talking about, go check those out. Bit petite. Highly, highly risky. Okay? And I'm nervous for people for even doing that, myself included, but I'm a big boy. I can handle it. You know what I mean? So anyways, this is one of those ones that I think has huge potential if we just hang on a little bit. It's called the seed token. It's Adept, LiveTree Adept, seed, and the token is called seed. So let me get on with this so I can just end this video for you. Here we go.
LiveTree's new platform for end-to-end creation, funding, and distribution of film and television. LiveTree has a proven track record for crowdfunding film and TV projects. Now, in association with leading names in entertainment, LiveTree is going beyond crowdfunding. Introducing Adept, the world's first completely transparent platform that enables end-to-end creation, funding, and distribution of film and television. Adept serves content creation by giving filmmakers a powerful new way to build and manage their creative teams. Adept simplifies the process of getting a project funded and breaks down the traditional barriers to access funding. Adept solves the problem of content distribution by bypassing the traditional routes to getting your film on screen, and it puts the content creator firmly in control of what gets made. So how does it work? Let's take an example. Lucy is a TV series creator. She's creating a new project. She uses Adept to find and contract directors, set designers, and dozens of other crew. All of the legal contracts are replaced with blockchain equivalents. This means everyone knows what milestones to hit and exactly what they will receive. The crew and everyone involved in the project tell all their friends, and with each referral, they earn a portion of the digital token seed. A financial backer is referred to the project through a friend. He decides to back the project and pledges some initial seed funding. In return, Lucy rewards him with a VIP pass to meet the cast and crew at the premiere, and a bonus percentage cut of whatever the TV series makes. Adept takes a fee in seed from the transaction, and the friend who made the referral also gets some seed too. Lucy's happy as she has enough funds to meet the first milestone and release the first episode. But how will she get the episode out there? getting a distribution deal with a mainstream TV channel or online network can be tough going. Thankfully, Adept offers Blossom TV. This is a new, open platform for film and TV distribution. Lucy airs the first episode on Blossom TV. People watch it, they love it, so they decide to prepay some seed for the next episode to get made. Some funds are put towards making the next episode, and some are returned to the financial backer and to all the cast and crew. Fans who watch and promote the series also earn seed themselves, and the greater the demand for seed, the higher its expected value. A whole series in, Lucy has millions of fans and decides she wants to get on mainstream TV. So using Adept distribution, she is matched with sales executives to make it happen. The sales executives like Adept because it saves them time in negotiating costly contracts, meaning they get access to more sales. Lucy's second season hits the mainstream, and so will Blossom. This is your chance to own the future of entertainment. Adept is the world's first end-to-end platform, a fairer, transparent platform set to disrupt the entertainment business. LiveTree's seed initial token sale is your opportunity to access the $500 billion entertainment business. Together, our community will redefine the market. Join us. Own what you watch. Visit adept.livetree.com.
Actually, let me unmute my mic and try that again. Yes, I just watched that with you. I am absolutely ecstatic, like I said, when I find a freaking ICO that's coming out that replaces a middleman, or there's an issue, or there's a monopoly, or there's anything like that, and this gets rid of it. This may literally throw Hollywood out on its rear end in its current format. This is I'm literally reliving the stuff I read from the freaking John Titor time traveler story, for God's sakes. This is the kind of technology. This is exactly what he was talking about, where the world would be heading. And I can't believe, again, this is before YouTube, this is before Google video was out, any of that stuff. Come on. So I saw Mike Geek talking about this. I'm like, what the hell is this? What do you got going on over there? Okay, LiveTree. No kidding. Look into it, look at the white paper. Spent a few days checking this out. Holy crap. We may have just replaced the monopoly. So, again, to talk a little bit more, this was like, you know, again, Jason 4, where's the value in the token, right? That's where my mind is always going. Generating seed value. As a project moves through the Adept ecosystem, seed is purchased and demand is created. The demand is proportional to the activity of the entire community. A seed is a fixed quantity, i.e. there will only ever be a certain quantity ever created. Its value is driven by demand. LiveTree is to reinvest profits in seed token buybacks from the secondary market, which is anticipated to fuel demand and drive up the value of seed. Specifically, seed revenue demand is generated through, it goes on. I'm going to stop for a second. Did you catch that part, which is what made my ears perk up when I got to that point, when I first read this white paper? LiveTree is to reinvest profits in seed token buybacks from the secondary market. Hello, somebody is finally doing it right now. There's a couple that actually talk about that, but anyways, they're handling business. Anyway, so it says seed revenue demand is generated through Adept branch commission. Fans, bloggers, influencers, and organizations that help finance a project by sharing or branching it in LiveTree vernacular, or by scoring it in an interactive gamification through Blossom, are rewarded with seed. This entirely new gamification market is accompanied by by taking the market share from giant corporate advisors such as Facebook and Google, for example. They said the other point they make: Adept fees, crowdfunding, and smart contract fees. The fee is set at 2.5%, which is extremely low compared to the industry norm of 5 to 20%. LiveTree currently charges 4.65% with 2.4% plus 20 points per transaction going to the credit card providers, compared to fees of between 5 and 10% levied by other crowdfunding platforms. See, they already have a crowdfunding platform, by the way. It's already in existence and being used. I was looking at the site, and there's a couple girls doing something. They're trying to come up with $5,000 to help fund their little mini project, and it was almost funded. So I'm like, okay, so they're taking that to the next level, which is interesting. This is gonna be one that I sit on for however long I need to sit on it. I mean, you never know. They might run out of the gate and people start using it and projects are getting funded and it just starts taking off. I have no idea. But again, my mindset has changed from the way it used to be, where I want an ICO that makes 10, 20, 30 times. It's hard to find those. And most people, including myself, we don't know when those are going to come out. It's just like, let me throw some at that one. Okay, good. Got luck on that one. Throw some at that one. That didn't do so good. That one's doing okay, you know. But again, I'm thinking, even with those, well, give them some time, because some of those things need time to grow. But anyway, so the other thing, Adept financing. Projects entirely financed in the seed token, so to speak. LiveTree incubators, the sale of new and original film, TV, and creative content specifically created for Adept. And the Blossom thing is SVOD, TVOD, and AVOD, and a new model pioneered by Adept PVOD. So I had to share this. I saw Mike's video. He went into a little deeper, and it got me thinking. Man, let me check into this. I might want to tell y'all because I know not all my subscribers subscribe to him or vice versa, and other channels as well. So I try to find stuff where there's value or even future potential value. Because as long as there's value somewhere, whether it's now, maybe a little bit later, or a bit later, I'm okay with that. I want to share it with you. You know what I mean? And this is one of them. Hang on one second. I'm going to pause this for 1 second. All right, back. Had to take a little sip of the water real quick. Now, let me show you the screen real quick. This is their pre-sale bonuses, which sometimes I would look at ICOs and like, oh my God, they're offering too insane of a bonus. Like usually that's a sign, it's not good. But I've seen some come doing the same thing and they were great. So I don't know. I'll be honest, if this was me, this is my company, there's not a chance in hell I'd be giving a 50% discount during a pre-sale as opposed to the main sale, which from what I saw, that's another thing I was just looking at before I started re-recording after I paused it, was the actual date. It looks like it's December the 1st. However, when you go here, click on, and I'll put a link up so you can see the link in my description box at the top. Hit the pre-register now button, put your information in, whatever, and you'll get emailed as usual, as we do with all these ICOs. But I think there's going to be people who miss out on this pre-sale, and then are stuck with the main sale. And now you have basically a 50% advantage on them, so to speak. And there's even crazier tiers, secondary tiers of if you, depending on how much ETH you actually put in or whatever. Just a little extra bonus. But I mean, I don't know anyone putting in 3,500 ETH in anything unless they're getting like a massive pool together. And I don't do that. I don't pool. I've joined 2 times, people that I know, but don't ask me, hey Joe, I want to join. I don't do pools. But anyway, so I was just kind of looking at this, and I think they're literally giving us a fire sale that's not even needed. This thing I think is going to do great. It's going to be a great platform. How long it takes to get from point A to point Z down the road, where hey, this thing works better, and I can never get into Hollywood, and my project would never get funded. I could never get a financial firm to back me, or a funding group. Oh, go right over here. Again, man, I'm just seeing blockchain taking over everything. And anything that had a problem, the problem's gone. Middleman, gone. Can't get access to funds, gone. You know what I mean? Like, this is just freaking incredible. Like I said a million times, this is an incredible time to be alive. There's so much crap happening, good and bad. Even the crazy news I report on sometimes, It's like, what the hell? This is just an exciting, crazy time to be alive. So, anyways, I'll put the link up. Check it out. This is on my hot watch list, so to speak, and I'll be setting my own reminders on my calendar and Outlook to remind me to jump in on this, because 50% discount is not needed, but throw me a freaking bonus kind of a thing. You got it. I'm all in on that. Anyways, take care.